Alright, we got our hammer, and that's what you do, guys. And you can actually feel it when it gets to the bottom and touches it. Look at that, man. That looks good as anything. Yeah, buddy. Alright, guys, the next thing we're going to do is turn it back on its side. Where's our new valve? Oh, here it is. Pour more engine lube on the valve stem. And we're going to put that through. Perfect, man. That is great, guys. Now, guys, installing the keepers. 2 ways of doing it. On this one, we're going to show you the quick way. Matter of fact, we're going to have to... I'm going to see if I can do it on... Yeah, we're going to have to move this and get on a solid foundation. Alright, guys, we'll be right back. Alright, guys, remember this tool? Now you're going to have this piece on it. And this little plunger right here, that little goes in just like that. Now what you want to do, again, take a rag, put it on the bottom of that cylinder, right up against that valve so it doesn't push down. And you got to make sure you have a nice solid surface like I got. Take your spring, put your spring on. Make sure you see that spring is set crooked. You want to make sure that thing ain't crooked, or you're going to be in a world of trouble. Alright, the next thing you want to do is take the umbrella, the top, put your valve keepers in there. Remember what I told you guys, the smaller end of that keeper got to be facing towards the bottom. So you're going to put it in just like that. Take your other one, put that in. And now you're ready to install it. That's all you have to do. Is set it right on top. And it's ready to go. Now here's how this works. This right here is going to be like a guide. This is going to go right inside between those keepers, and I'm going to push down. This is going to go in. When I hit this hammer, this is going to push back. At the same time, it's going to push those keeper down and push the spring down and lock onto the valve. That sounds kind of complicated, doesn't it? Yes, it is complicated. Alright, so let's get this in. Let's get this, put it like that. Okay, hold it in place. Make sure it's straight. Take your hammer. Dang it, that didn't go. This is, I don't see, this is a nice, quick way, but I like the other way better. Cause this one sucks. This way. Look at this, man. See this? See? Then you get into situations like this. Let me get that out, and I'll be right back. Alright, guys, you know what we're going to also do here? Put a little lube on there, so hopefully it helps it. Get down in there. Put a little on the outside of here to keep that in place. Alright, let's get our spring down. Let's see if this will work. Be careful with this, because see how I got my hands, guys? I'm right up against them studs. That would suck. Then my hands up here. This is why this method ain't all that great. Forget it. I'm done. I'm not gonna do this. Forget this method, guys. This method sucks and it's dangerous, because you hit your hands against them studs. That's it. So let's get our other tool and we're gonna put them in there. Be right back. Alright, guys, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pop these off. Turn these around. Because I want this one to the bottom. And I'm gonna put this one to the bottom. 1, to the valve just like that. Then I'm going to come to the top. I should have had this already. To put our top on it. Okay. Let's just...
Don't you have to put the keepers on?
Nope. You have to push this down and make sure it's straight. You gotta make sure down here is straight. Okay, now if you can look right there, you see me pushing that thing down?
Mm-hmm.
So push it down, hold it in place. And I'm gonna need me a little light to see out there. Okay, whoops. There we go. Can you see in there?
Yeah.
Then this is the tough part about using this. You gotta take one of your keepers, and remember the small end goes towards the bottom. So you gotta try to get that on there. Sometimes you can use a little lube with a screwdriver. And slowly put it down there on the first groove, just like that. Now the other side, what you want to do is, now that you got grease in there, now what we're going to do is, no, you're going to be back on the top of this. You can actually, the one on the top, you can actually spin that. Because you got the grease in there, you can spin that around and turn it to the other side, and it'll hold because of the grease, if you can ever get it to turn around and spin. You gotta be kidding me, man. What the heck? Oh, why these? There we go. Now guys, you're gonna do this, and it's gonna be a lot easier. We're doing this because at the same time we're trying to show you some good angles of it, and then I'll be able to move this head around any way I want. All right, got that going around. Let's get our next one. Put a little grease on it. Make sure the smaller end is going towards the bottom. Whoops, this one's about to come off. Alright. Get that one back out of there. Or, if I can get it to turn. Alright, I know it's a lot of grease down there, but you can see I got them on. Now, once you get them on, guys, you can slowly release your spring, and the valve, the keepers, are going to go right inside that little thing. Remove it, and there you go. Perfect. Again, you're not going to have to worry about somebody watching you and all, so you're going to be able to do this real easy. Take it off. And now what we're going to do, guys, I'm going to put a spark plug in here. We're going to turn it over. And remember before we sprayed it up there and we saw carburetor clear come out the intake side? We're going to do that again to make sure that that head, that valve seat, is good. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, let's check that leak. Remember, we poured this, we could put some carburetor cleaner right here and it poured right out of there. Bring this cylinder up. Oh, it's coming out over here. That's okay. Alright, let's look down there. Now Siri wasn't here, so she don't know what the heck we're talking about. But we know where that was leaking. Let me get me a light. Let's get a light. Oh yeah, buddy. Look at that. Yeah, buddy. Wait a minute. Back up a little bit. Back up a little bit. Back up. Yeah, buddy. Look at that, guys. Not leaking at all. Not a drop. That's what I'm talking about. This thing gonna have some super duper compression. Yeah, buddy. Alright guys, let's go back over to the table, and what we're gonna do is install the rest of them. Alright, right back. Alright guys, we got the 3 in. Now, we're gonna go over this last one with you, just so you make sure you got it in your thick skull.
That wasn't nice.
We make sure you got it. Alright guys, so what we're gonna do here, take a little engine lube. I'm gonna put it onto the valve stem. Set that down to the side. Take our valve grinding compound. Now look at before. Look how the valve seat looks. Put the valve grinding compound around it. You don't have to be cheesy with this, guys. Put that stuff around there. Throw it around there. Alright. Also, I forgot, guys, I took the valve stem seal off already. You know why we took that off. So, stick your valve in there, your new valve. Okay? Now we're going to turn it to the side. Take our drill bit with the rubber hose. Let's switch sides. We're going to hold our valve into place and get that hose up there. What the heck? Now it's going to give me, guys, this thing not. Now it's going to try to give me a hard time. I don't think so. Alright. Then, now if we go to the other side, I'm putting taking my finger, and even though my drill bit is going to bring it back like this, I'm taking my finger, put a little bit more pressure. Okay, pull it off, pull the valve out, take your carburetor cleaner, let's clean this valve. Okay, let's wipe that up. Okay, that's out of the way. Take your carburetor cleaner up, clean up the valve seat. Look at that, guys. Look how nice and smooth that is. Gotta clean up a little bit more. See some more stuff down there. Can you see how good that looks, Evie?
Yeah, but it's dirty inside.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good.
It's dirty. You have to clean that. It's a bunch of gook.
Oh man, I can see if
you asked me to look. Well, I did look.
How's that?
No.
How's that?
No.
What the heck? No. That's the grease. That's the assembly lube.
Put some fresh stuff in there.
I will in a minute. All right. So now, guys, what you're gonna do? Turn it right side up again. Get your new valve stem seal. some engine lube right there. Stick it on.
Stick it on what?
The tool.
Well, you
Then
didn't say that.
you want to put it over the valve guide. Alright, get it lined up. Get your hammer. And tap that into place. Turn it back over. Take your new valve. Put some engine lube on it.
Ew.
Yeah. Put it in the valve guide. And you're going to get to a point where it's going to stop. And that's when you're hitting the valve seal.
Leave it there?
Yeah, you would leave it there. Close that up just like that. Now come over to the side, civvy. Then what you're going to do, guys, take your spring, set your spring in there, and make sure your spring is set down in there. Then the top, put your top on. Again, I like this tool the best. Bring it around.
Bring it around town.
Turn it in. Make sure the other side is right in the center of the valve. And then you want to slowly bring that down. If you watch inside there.
Don't tell me where to go.
And the things I do for love. Alright, you want to bring that down till it stops.
And then a little bit more?
Nope, this time just till it stops. Alright, now I don't know if you can see inside there.
Not since you put that thing in my way.
Alright, so what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to get a little light.
I can see.
You can see the grooves?
Yeah.
Alright, now, what I'm going to do, guys, is check this out. I'm going to take me a flat screwdriver, put...
Wait. I was focusing in.
Put some lube on it. Where the heck are my keepers?
That's good.
Man, those. Take my keeper, and remember, the small side goes down. So, put it like this. Oops.
Well, what's the loop for?
To keep it in place.
Oh.
That's the only reason why. Now, you can try to turn this over and bring that down there and hook that right onto the valve stem just like that. Man, I'm good at this mess. Genius. That's the hard one, doing the top one, because the bottom one, put some lube on it, and this one you're going to be going to the bottom, so we're pushing that up. So let's try to go, oops, turn it a little bit. Let's try to get this in there. And I can't tell, did it go there?
Yep.
Right, so if it's up there, slowly release. Take your tool out. And there you have it, guys. Look at that. They are done. We got 4 brand new valves in here. The exhaust valves did not hit. Probably because they're smaller. So I'm not even worried about those. Turn it back over and take a look at our work. And yeah, buddy, guys, look at that. You know this engine's gonna run good. Siri gonna love her little Beetle.
Not mine.
Alright, guys, now that we got this together, let's get our spark plug out of there and let's bring this back to our workspace. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, guys, let's get this head back together. First thing you do is take your rag and you want to clean up all around. Here, you want to make sure there's no dirt or anything there, because when we torque down on bearing caps, you want to make sure there's no dirt there that's going to stop that from going flush. Alright, so do all those, and then our lifters. Let me turn this around, guys, so the front of the head is facing you. Go that way. Then you're going to take all our lifters and just, them things, they fit in there precision, so put them in there, you got them in line. Do one more. Son of a biscuit. Okay, so let's get these wiped down and install the rest of the lifters, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, everything is looking good. Next thing we'll do, guys, take your rag, just wipe off the camshaft. Make sure it's pretty clean. Set it back down in dirt. Then you're going to take your lube, your engine lube. You want to put it right there, a little dab right there. This way you want to avoid starting this engine up on a dry start. Alright, you got that. Take your bearing caps, turn them over, wipe them off. Pull dab on each of those. That's set. Take your cam. Make sure where you got the Woodruff key and the bolt, make sure that's in the front of the cylinder head where your camshaft position sensor is. Then you want to just lower it down. Just like that. Start taking your bearing caps and putting them on. Remember, we put marks on these to let us know which one goes, which way it goes forward. Now guys, tightening these up is very important. You saw the cam turned. Don't worry about that. Now, tightening these up is very important. First of all, let's start taking the nuts and putting them on. This thing gonna suck. This thing is really gonna suck. You know what? Let's turn this cam so we can try to get as many as possible down there. There we go, just like that. So you notice where my Woodruff key is, almost straight up. Still, this one is, dang it, man. This is gonna be a sucky thing right here, guys. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is start bringing this down slowly so we can get these on. Leave it to Volkswagen. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got these nuts on, but you see we can't do this. Do not try to tighten up this one, or you will crack these caps. What we need to do is start bringing this down enough we can get the nuts to hold this down. So we're going to start with the center ones. And I got 13mm deep, 3/8 drive socket, my 3/8 drive little stubby ratchet. And that's all I'm going to do. Is bring that down. I just want to let this get a little touch on it. Turn it just a little bit. My main objective is to get these on, because I need to bring this side of the cam down. And what's going to happen is it's pushing down on the valves. Once I get those down, I'm going to go over here, bring this down a little bit more, let it hold it into place. Enough, just enough, so I can get over here and get these last two. I guess not. I guess I got to bring that down a little bit more. Now get this on. So now we know all our tension is up here. We're not really worrying about this one yet. It's these. We need to bring this down. So we're going to bring this end down a little bit more. I'm not worried about those. If you want, you can bring those in a little bit, but as I can touch it, it's already got tension on it. So we're just going to keep going back and forth. Just alternating. Just keep alternating, guys. Keep on alternating, because if you go ahead and mess up, you messed up royally. You can cancel Christmas, because these heads cannot be found. Yeah, now we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Alright, let's get the rest of this done, and we'll be right back. Alright, guys, now these nuts are tightened up to 20 Newton meters, and there's a specific sequence you must follow. Now, if you don't have Newton meters, it's about 15 foot-pounds. And just to show you guys what's going on under here, you see that valve is open, this one's opening, and that one's all the way open. This is why I got rags here, because I don't want these valves to come out up against wood, and you definitely don't want to lean on this and bend those valves, or you're gonna suck. Now, tightening these up. I know everywhere you look, you're supposed to tighten up from the center and work your way out. Not on this cylinder head. On this cylinder head, you gotta start off on number 2 cap and number 4 cap. That's starting from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 cap, 4 cap, and then go to 3 cap, and then last the one in number 5. So, we're gonna go to here. One. I'm gonna alternate over here to this one. Okay, now we're gonna go to the center and then do the outer 2. Alright, let's get that done and we'll be right back. Alright guys, the next thing you wanna do, take out the nut that's holding on the cam gear. Now we got Victor Reigns set, and they come with this little guide plate right here, sleeve, so you don't damage this while installing it. But what we're gonna do here is put a little around engine loop around there. Okay, take this, slide it on. Get your seal lined up. Get your hammer. You could have used a smaller hammer. Why is that loose? This is what I'm talking. This is some backyard stuff right here, man.
There's a bolt missing. 2 bolts missing.
That might be just a guide right there, cause like, oh man, you know what, guys? It's a good thing. Look at this, man. This is what I call backyard stuff. You see how there's the pins in here? Unless we got something else that goes there. I don't remember anything going there. But that was loose.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's get our seal. Make sure you want to get it flush right with that head. And if you want, you can get something to put up against there. You know what? Heck, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm using a socket, but I'm gonna use this end.